U.S. universities received millions of dollars from foreign entities that appear on U.S. government watch lists. Officials at the state and education departments tell CBS News they've tracked more than $27 million. The Trump administration is now warning that schools accepting money from those entities could put future federal research funding at risk. Joining me now is Anna Schecter, who covers crime for CBS News. Anna, good to see you today. Thanks for your time. So what are you learning about this practice?
Well, what we know is that a majority of these entities, they're universities and companies, the majority of them come from China. We also saw monies flowing in from the Russian Federation as well, and they show up on these spreadsheets, data that each of these top-tier universities have been submitting to the Department of Education. It's just that it appeared no one was really minding the store or paying much attention. And so we were the first to report that some of these entities giving this money are tied to, for example, the People's Liberation Army and are developing semiconductor technology or aeronautics technology for these foreign entities that could be adversaries. And I spoke with the Undersecretary of State for Public Diplomacy, Sarah Rogers, about this earlier. Let's take a listen to what she had to say.
So Harvard has collaborated, we think, over 1,000 times in aggregate with Chinese military companies, often linked directly to the military arm of the Chinese Communist Party. Not every one of those collaborations is necessarily in the nature of espionage or sabotage. We just want to know more about them, and I think the American people deserve that. The University of California at Berkeley has an important collaboration with the Department of Energy that makes it of keen interest here. So the United States Department of Energy manages America's nuclear weapons and nuclear research, and it funds and runs a huge supercomputing facility at UC Berkeley. So UC Berkeley, Americans may be concerned to learn, has also taken tens of millions of dollars from Chinese nuclear entities. And we want to know what that money's for, what it's being used for, and whether nuclear technology is being compromised or transmitted or exfiltrated in ways contrary to American national security.
So we just heard what she's most concerned about, but as she noted, we just don't know what the money was for. And I reached out to all of these schools and actually didn't hear back. So it does remain a mystery. So we're going to keep reporting on this, Mugo.
Yeah, this is all just so fascinating. I mean, you report that letters went out to 187 schools, right? So what are officials telling people at these institutions?
That's right. It's a great point. So Rogers sent a letter to all of these top-tier research institutions, as you noted, 187 of them, to let them know that grant awarding agencies funded by the U.S. government, like NASA or the National Science Foundation, they are going to be checking now to see if universities are also receiving monies from these entities, and they could reduce or pull funding. So this is part of a bigger, broader picture of the Trump administration looking at universities. But this is a particularly interesting line of reporting. And so basically these universities were put on alert. And that might be why I didn't hear back from them about what these programs were that were funded by these entities, because they're maybe trying to figure it out themselves so they can report back to the Department of State, Mugo.
Wow. Okay. Anna Schecter, very important reporting there. Thank you so much.